Well, welcome back to more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic on the Ouya. I'm Negative Zero. Thanks for joining me. I think I need to go to the bar. And I think this guy has a quest. Yeah, they went down to a secret base. Um, yeah, we already actually took care of all of this. Dude, you are totally right. Um, they awoke a creature that fed on the Kolto, the sea beast. No, it's alive. It's fine. Huh, okay, he's a little bit behind the times since... Look at this guy. Vilglo. He doesn't look so great. Um, yeah, we just took care of all of that. And now I think that's everything. Except for oh yeah, the guy that wanted to talk to me by myself. Um, yeah, maybe we'll do that later. What I want to do is go, now that we finished this star map, you know what, I can probably just... Oh, we're almost there. Oh, Bastila.
How can I help? Am I so transparent? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, considering our bond. Yes, there is something I would like to ask, if you'll permit it.
Go ahead.
In our time together, I've been watching you. You are a true servant of the light. You follow the tenets of the Jedi Order despite the rule of the dark side. And with so little training, for me it has always been a constant battle. Don't you find it difficult to do it? You make it seem so easy. Or is that only an illusion?
Um, it's a struggle
It's a
sometimes.
relief to hear. I have never found the Jedi path an easy one to walk. And it's good to know I'm not alone. I've always struggled for control over my passions. I've always been too quick to think, too quick to get involved. My instructors constantly berated me for it. I've often dreamed that I might be able to confront Darth Malak myself. I dream I can use all this power I have to kill him and stop all the death and destruction. I just think about all the evil that the Sith have caused and I get so furious. Yet we are told that these feelings are the path to the dark side.
Yeah, that's kind of a dark statement for a Jedi. It sounds like you have your own demons to
I do.
face.
Part of me thinks that it would be worth anything to vanquish evil, even if it meant giving in to my base emotions. The very thought that I could become as evil as Malak, I just can't fathom it. It just doesn't seem possible. I mean, how could I... No. Wait, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even be asking you this. The Jedi teachings are clear. Who am I to question them? Even worse, who am I to try and make you question them? These
What?
are dangerous thoughts. The indulgence of a vain mind. Please, forget I ever mentioned this. Let's just return to our mission.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Anyway, I was thinking of going back to that station with the guy with all the good merchandise. And see if he's got anything new. I mean, I got this sweet exoskeleton. That's helped out a lot. See what else he has if he got a new shipment in. And yep, this way. Jordo. Oh yeah, and then we have to go to Korriban and see. Look for.
How can I help?
Nope, sorry.
Then I suggest...
Look for Karth's son, Dustil. And we have to go that way anyway. Now, you might have seen, like... Oh, I have to go through and talk to everybody again. But the what was I going to say? The brightness in the last two episodes. I tried something different. I'm using a different software to combine the commentary and the video, and so I tried something different in YouTube for the brightness, and it's all over the place. 60 episodes in, and I still haven't figured out how
What
to
do you want?
get the brightness to work right.
We fought against the Republic forces for some time, over the course of many battles. At the start, they were not much of a threat to speak of. But once the Jedi Revan took charge, things began to turn against us. The Republic fleets began to use more than just basic tactics. Feints, counterattacks, mass deceptions. Revan was a genius on the field. Revan abandoned worlds of their defenders so that others would be too fortified to strike, and was willing to make sacrifices in order to advance goals. And in the end, Revan proved too much for us.
What about the Sith?
The Sith had gone, retreated into their empire. They sealed themselves off from the rest of the galaxy. We thought it would be centuries before they'd come back. It's amazing that they could rebuild their fleet so fast. But at the time, it looked like the galaxy was in our grasp. I still remember that final battle in the skies above Malachor 5. The two fleets filling the space around it, outshining the stars. It was not your ships or your men or your vaunted fight for freedom that won this, the final battle of the war. It was by the actions of one person, the Jedi Revan, that you prevailed. His strategies and tactics defeated the best of us. Even Mandalore himself was taken aback by the ferocity of his attacks, the tenacity of his defenses, and the subtleties of his plans. He fought us to a standstill, and then began pushing back. We really didn't have a chance.
Why didn't you retreat?
It was what we had wanted all along, in a way. We wanted to fight the best, in a battle that would be remembered for centuries. And we did. And Revan won. I don't hold a grudge against Revan, and neither do any of my people. It was the greatest moment of my life to be in that battle. If Revan had been a Mandalorian, nothing in the galaxy would have stopped us. But wishing for the past to be different is useless. Better look to the future, as we should now. We'll talk more later, I think. Is there something else you want to know?
No.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
You know, that's an interesting thing. Have I increased my repair at all? No. I'm terrible at repair. Not going to deal with HK. Malachor 5 has a lot to do with Knights of the Old Republic 2. If you haven't played that, plays a big role in that game. It's kind of neat to see how they lead you into that, or at least how Obsidian took that concept and made it and brought it into Knights of the. I think it was Obsidian that developed KOTOR 2 to make that happen and to link the two games.
Who said I left the Jedi?
You did.
Well, technically I was only a Padawan. Not that that makes a difference to most, but as for the Order itself, no, I never left it. It left me.
What do you mean?
You know what I hate? Well, lots of things really, but I'm old and easily annoyed, but that's besides the point. What I really hate are how most people view the Jedi. Everyone thinks that the Jedi are perfect, that they can do no wrong. They think the Jedi Council is completely incapable of injustice.
Let me guess, you disagree.
Damn right I disagree. The Jedi are just as capable of injustice as anyone else. They may try harder, sure, but sometimes they get it wrong. And I'm not even talking about how some of us fall to the dark side. No, that's plenty indication of our fallibility, but it's something else entirely. No, I'm talking about how more than often not, your average robe-wearing Jedi can try to do the right thing and still be completely wrong.
Nobody can be right about everything.
That's true, but it's not what I meant. I guess I'm not being clear, am I? Come to think of it, I don't have to be clear. Someone my age is entitled to ramble, damn it. But for your sake, I'll try to explain. I'll tell you a little tale about a Jedi master I once knew. Hortath, I think. Or was it Hortoff? I can never get it straight. Where was I then? Oh yes, Master Hortath. He was a kindly old Jedi who meant well, but the most nearsighted thing in the Corps, I swear. He would walk into walls, knock over tables, mistake apprentices for rancor beasts, that sort of thing. And he was too proud to submit to proper treatment. Some used to counsel him and urge to use the Force, Master Hortath. Allow the Force to see for you. But he refused to believe that his eyes were failing. He simply squinted more and more as the years went on. The other Jedi resignedly passing it off as the amusing quirk of a compassionate old man. So, one day a young Padawan meets Master Hortath in the courtyard and, not knowing of his blindness, asks him for directions to the Council. Quite sure of himself, Hortath gave the lad directions, which happened to lead back outside and away from the Enclave. The Padawan is confused, naturally. He asks if Master Hortath is sure, and of course Master Hortath says that he is. The Padawan suggests that perhaps he should ask someone else. But the proud Hortath now feels insulted. He tells the Padawan to take the route he prescribed and no other. Rather dejectedly, the Padawan did as he was told, and so ended up leaving the Jedi Order forever. It was decided that the boy's fate was to leave the Order anyway, though whether that was out of respect for Hortath or because the boy went off to something else, well, we'll never know.
So what does the Padawan leaving the Jedi have to do with the Jedi leaving you?
Not much. I never knew the Padawan nor met Master Hortath himself. He was before my time.
I don't get it.
The tale is about blindness, and I thought the point was clear. At any rate, you think about it. You're the one who asked why the Jedi left me, remember? Now let's get going. My feet are itching for a good run.
I like Jolie. I like him a lot.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan? What
Let's
is it
talk.
you would like to speak to me about? After my father died, my mother was left to support me alone. A single, non-human woman, living in one of the worst, most violent slums on Taris. It was not easy for her.
How so?
When my father was killed, it seemed that something in her began to die as well. She worked. She worked as hard as she was able. But over time, she began to waste away. I later learned that she was unable to get enough money to feed both of us, and had to start of borrowing from the exchange. A band of cutthroats and smugglers. But even that was not enough. She hid what she was doing from me. She gave most of her food to me so that I would be strong, but she herself was suffering deeply from it. In the end, she could go on no longer, and collapsed at the cantina where she worked one day. She never recovered. There was nothing really that I could do for her. She left me no money, and no doctor would see her without being paid first. I sat by her bed for days as she lay there dying. I never want that to happen to someone I care about ever again. But there was still the money she had borrowed. She had never paid it back and made no provisions for her death. You must understand. The exchange is brutal. They care nothing for the life of a sentient being. They are the major suppliers of slaves on Taris.
They captured you?
They thought it would be appropriate that, with my mother owing them money, the debt should be passed on to me. And with no way to pay, they took me by force. You have no idea what it is like to be bound like a beast and treated as such. It was the worst time of my life. They treated me like livestock. They were waiting for a buyer to give them some credits for me when the Jedi came to fight the Mandalorians.
And they freed you?
The Jedi could not abide by what they saw there, and drove the exchange from the face of the world, freeing those of us imprisoned there. But the Jedi soon left to fight their war, and I was left with a dream.
And what did you do?
I swore that I would become a Jedi. As soon as I had enough money to do it, I bought passage on a freighter headed for Dantooine. And we both know what has happened since then. I am
Johnny.
grateful to you for having given me the opportunity to fulfill my dream, rather than become what I hated. Someday, I may make it up to you. But for now, let us keep on the task at hand.
And there's always Johanny to bring me down. I gotta remember to talk to her first. Okay, so... Did I get everybody? Yeah, let's see if Bastila wants to talk again.
Yes, I did end that quite abruptly, didn't I? Perhaps a master could have addressed my questions with the proper wisdom, but I never should have brought it up here, not with you. Part of my purpose on this mission was to guide you in the way of the light, to help you avoid the temptations of the dark side. But I fear I've failed in that task. I don't think I'm the proper Jedi to guide you. I'm no master. You should have remained with the Council.
Why do you say
The
that?
fact of the matter is, I have never possessed much skill at controlling myself. With the bond that joins us, it seems I have even less. You have maintained the path of the light side, but it has been in spite of my influence, not because of it. It's increasingly obvious I am unable to guide you properly.
You're doing your best, I'm sure.
It's kind of you to say, but I think the evidence speaks for itself. I think I may have made a very big mistake. I simply hope that you are not the one who pays the price, ultimately, for the fact that I can't help you enough.
Maybe we can help each other.
It's a kinder response than I deserve, and I can see there is wisdom in your words. You continue to be there for me, don't you? Even after I keep pushing you away, you're still around when I need you most. You're like no man I've known before, and you're nothing like what I expected you to be after the Council sent us on this mission together.
We're made for each other, Bastila.
I need time to think about all this. They're not going as I thought they would. We should continue on with our mission for now.
Alright. And Karth we already talked to. We know what he wants to do. Let's go to Yavin. Yeah.